So my family, so it seems like 2023 is the year of exposing the streets to the average civilian slash rap fan. Now, what I mean by that is it seems like last year with the whole emergence of a lot of street rappers that have kind of taken over the past couple of years, not even 2022, I think 2020, 2021, everyone kind of starting to get the idea that being in the streets is the best thing in the world. Now, if you're anybody who's been in an impoverished community before, you understand the goal is to make it out of the streets. Nobody in the hood likes to be from the hood or likes to rep that they're from the hood unless they're getting a financial benefit out of it. One thing that we always kind of see is we see people who aren't from the hood love acting like they're from the hood, but anybody that's actually grew up in the hood, they don't actually like being there. Me, for example, I grew up poor. I don't want to stay in the same place where everybody else is poor doing illegal type of things. I want to get out, and precisely that's what I did. Now, one thing that has been a very interesting case is the whole xxxtentacion case, because basically he got killed over about $50,000. It seems like they didn't even want to argue with him. It seems like they were out there to just take his life and take the money. Now they have this big dude, and you guys are seeing him on the screen. He looks like the visual, and like the visual, if you were to take a hamburger, put it into a human form, that is what you're looking at right now. Now this man clearly, it does not look like he's ready to be serving in jail or prison for the rest of his life. You look at his hair, the man hasn't had a haircut and looks like about 6 to 8 months. You look at this man put on the glasses. He looks like he's also put on weight. He was already fat, but he definitely put on some weight. He's trying to make himself look as degenerate as humanly possible. Okay, now the reason I say, and people are kind of wondering, why is this dude snitching? Because he's now been on stand and he's been exposing that people are like his co-defendants are trying to threaten him for snitching. For example, when he was walking out, once somebody yelled at him, one of his co-defendants, and said, "There he is working with the police. You're working with the white man now." Even though these three individuals went out of their way to take a extremely generational talent out of their prime because of nothing but pure hatred and bumminess, because they refused to just get a job like a normal human. Okay, now one thing that I want to explain, because a lot of people are saying, well, why is this dude snitching? Well, first of all, he wants to go home. Let's keep it a stack. You look how big he is. You think you get that big sitting in jail with no commissary? These guys are already broke. He wants to go home and start eating. He's from Miami. Hey, I'm in Florida too. People say that our inflation is going crazy, but one thing that inflation has not hit is our restaurants, because I'm still eating good for cheap, okay? And apparently he is too. Now he obviously wants to get home, but to explain what was going on. So, mind you, what was going on is, it wasn't my bad. It wasn't 3 people that did the crime. It was 4 people, all right? They robbed X of $50,000. Now, they gave everybody 15K, but they gave him, Mr. Fatty, $5,000. Mind you, imagine you do a crime where you take out probably one of the top 4 biggest artists on the planet at that time, especially top 2 in the US. And imagine everyone else gets 15 grand and you get 5K. You're the fattest one. You need the most food. You probably got a lot going on. You're like, bro, what? All right, now they gave him 5K. This man went to jail and just told on everybody. Now, I know a lot of people are saying, hey, you're never supposed to snitch, but this is stuff that comes out of it. Imagine, you get paid the least amount of money for a crime and you go to jail and they're trying to send you probably for the most amount of years. Am I saying it's okay to snitch? Personally, I'm not in the streets, but to me, if you sign up to be in the streets, just take whatever's coming to you. But at the same time, what that entails is knowing that some people are going to snitch, and that's just it is what it is. I look at it like, hey, you go to jail, regardless of the fact of you knew what you signed up for. One part of signing up for the streets are people are going to tell on you, and this is a clear example. And one thing is, I'm saying 2023 is exposing this year. It seems like it's exposing to these regular people, you don't want to be in the streets, because a lot of what's happening in the streets, there's a lot of backstabbing, a lot of turning on people. If you actually grew up in these impoverished areas, you don't have to be in the streets, just grew up in the area, you'll realize a lot of these people are turning on their own people. The amount of friends that I've grown up with that have went to jail for killing our other friends is insane. Like, you have to realize, and these people who aren't from any of these environments are starting to realize there's not morals, there's not ethics. What it is a bunch of poor people trying to basically get money in any way that they can to support their families or support whatever habit that they have, and this is the result of it. So stay out of the streets, guys. That's what I'm saying. Hey, there's a lot of jobs that pay very good money, and there's a lot of legal money. It will always last you longer than illegal money. There's a reason why if there's a dude who's selling drugs in your neighborhood when, you guys are like 18, 19, 15 years from now, if you just work a normal job, you will be better off than him. He will either be in jail, he will be passed away, or he will have turned his life over and now is working some regular job, not making as much as you. But remember to like, comment, subscribe, boys. I drop daily videos. It's your boy. Peace.